Okay, we're going to start doing some basic statistics, and it starts with measures of central tendency, meaning mean, median, mode, and range. So let's get to the definitions. So mean, another word for mean is average. So it's the sum of all the values divided by the number of values that are listed. So let's say you have 9 different values, like 9 test scores. You add up all the test scores and then divide it by the number 9. All right. The median is the center of all the values when you order them least to greatest or greatest to least, usually least to greatest. Now, it's the middle value when there are an odd number. But when there's an even number, you take the 2 middle values and find the average. So when there's an even number, you add the 2 middle values, middle plus middle, and find the average. Divide it by 2, and that will give you the median. All right. So when there's an odd number of terms, you just pick the middle value, and that will be the median. When there's an even, say 10 terms, you take the 2 middle values, add them together, divide it by 2. All right? The mode is the value or values listed most often, but note that there can be more than one mode, and note that there could be no mode at all. Like every value could just be listed one time. So there would be no mode. And then the range is the difference, meaning subtract sign, between the low and high value. So it's the high value subtract the low value. All right, let's get started. So when I add these up, there's a couple ways to do it. See how there are 3 threes? Instead of doing 3 plus 3 plus 3, you could do 3 times 3 right there and 2 times 5 right there. That's probably how I would do it in calculator. But notice I ordered them least to greatest. It's easier to kind of keep track. I also counted the terms. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And when you add up all the terms, you're going to divide it by 9. So we're going to get started. We're going to add up those terms. Okay, when I add those up, that equals 37. Then when I divide by 9, because that's how many terms there are, the mean will be 4.1 repeating. So that's the mean, is this value right here. We added all of the values up, we divided by 9 to get the mean value of 4.1 repeating. For the median, you must order the values least to greatest. So double check that you counted 9 terms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 3 threes, there's 2 fives. Okay. And then since there's 9 terms, there will be exactly 1 middle term. So since 9 is the number, we can count in from both directions. We can count 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So 4 is the median. The mode is the number listed most often, and that's easy. 3 is listed 3 times, so 3 is the mode. 5 is listed twice, but 3 is listed 3 times. And then the range, the highest value is 7, the lowest value is 1, so the range is 6. All right, so let's continue this on. Let's say you have a dot plot. Well, so notice there's one value at 21. There are 2 values at 25. There's a value at 27, value at 28, value at 29, value at 31, value at 32. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me count down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're going to divide that by 8. There's 8 terms. So the tricky thing is, when you find the median, you find the 2 middle values, add them together, divide it by 2. The median will be the average of the 2 middle terms. Okay, if I did not make a mistake, when I added those terms, I get 218. And then there's 8 terms, so we're going to divide that by 8. So when I take 218, divide by 8, I get 27.25, and that's the average. Now, if your instructions, it says, if it tells you to round to the nearest tenth, then it would be rounded 27.3. But the instructions do not say that. So the mean for this set of values is 27.25. Okay, now we're going to, and I ordered those least to greatest. There's 8 terms, so I'm going to go 4 in both directions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to add 27 plus 28, and I think that's 55. But 27 plus 28 is 55. Divide that by 2, and 27.5. Look at that. Those are pretty close together. And oftentimes with statistics, the closer that the mean and median are together, the more reliable you can look at those values. All right. Now the mode, the only number we have listed twice is 25. So it does indeed have a mode. And then the range, the highest value is 32. The lowest value is 21. So the range is 11. Mode was 25. The median was 27.5. All right, let's go on to using a stem and leaf plot. Well, these are the terms that we're using. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10. Oh, I put it right there. There are 10 values, and I went ahead and they're already in order least to greatest. 45, 57, 58, 58. So there we have them all. So when we add those up, I'm going to pause the recording again. Okay, when I added those up, I got 633. But there are 10 values, so to find the median, well, 633 divided 10 is 63.3, like that. That is going to be, not the median, the mean, right? Now there's 10 values, so we're going to go 5 in both directions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's our 2 center values, 63 plus 67. It looks like that's 130, but let me check. 63 plus 67, 130, divide 2. So our median will be 65. Wow, and I started to spell that incorrectly. I abbreviated that. Okay, our mode, let's see, we have 58 twice. We have 68 twice. So there's 2 modes. There's both 58 and 68. So those are our 2 modes. And then for our range, the highest value is 75. We can get that right here. And our lowest value is 45. So the range of those values is 30. Okay, let's see if there's one other method. Frequency table. These are a little bit trickier. They mess with the brain a little bit because we have numbers over the right. So These are the terms, though. This is just saying how often. So there's going to be 4 of those 6 values. So I did that down here. There's one frequency of game going for it's out of 7. World Series is out of 7. So there's one frequency of it only going to game 4. There's one frequency of going to 5. There's 4 frequencies. And I don't know what years they checked, but this is just in a certain time frame. And then there are 3 instances where it took all 7 games. All right, we're going to add up those values. So we get 54, and then we're going to divide that by 9. So the mean is 6. So the mean of this data is 6. The median, well, we can kind of, if there are 9 values, we already know it's going to fall in there someplace, because look, we're going to count to 5 from both ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 is the median from both directions. Since that's 9, we're going to meet in the middle, so we count back 5 in both directions. The mode is clearly also 6, and then the range, the high is 7, the low is 4, so the range is 3. Okay, and I think that's it for just explaining how you find, and then we're going to talk about how you draw these things. All right, that's it for this one.